Hi friends, welcome to my channel Oracle Zone. I am Dhananjay Kumar. So in today's video we are going to discuss about the aggregate functions, that is also inbuilt functions which is provided by the Oracle. So we have in under you can say under the aggregate function we have 5 functions like count, max, min, and other will be average and sum. Okay, so till now we have covered the number functions and string function. So now we will cover aggregate function. Later on we will cover the enrichment functions. Okay, so let's go with the practical things. We have 5 functions that is coming under the aggregate function, that is count, maximum, minimum, average, and sum. Okay, so let's execute this example. We have one table, that is a student table, in which we have some data. Okay, so basically this count we are using to find out count of the rows which is available in the table. Count of the rows. So how many rows is available here? 6. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not means you can say there is a null values or here is a null values. Okay, it is calculating on the basis of rows. Okay, but there is some tricky scenarios here. Okay, whenever as per the syntax select count within the parenthesis, if you are putting a star, star means it is calculating all the rows of the table whether its data is null or not null. All the rows will consider and it will give the output. Okay, so here if I will execute it, it will consider all the rows whether the null value is there or existing some other valid value is there, doesn't matter. It will consider all the rows present in the table and it will give the output. So here 6 rows is present, so it will give the output as a 6, right? Select count star from table. This output is coming as a 6 because 6 rows is present here. Now instead of this star, if I am putting column name, so what column I am writing here? std name. Whenever you are putting your column any specific column name, so it will check how many rows of this column data is present. For how many rows of this column data is available. So for this column only for the fifth 5 row data is available. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. For the sixth value is null. Okay, so whenever you are putting any specific column name within the parenthesis of the count, so it will exclude the null values and it will give the all the values excluding the null, right? So here what should be the count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Null will be excluded. Okay, so let's check with the query. See, here output is 5. What was that output of first one? Count star. If you are putting a star, it will not check any values. It will directly consider all the how many number of rows is present in this table and it will give the output. But if you are writing any specific column name which is present in the table, then with that specific column it will check the values. If null value is there, it will exclude it, and whatever the available value is there, it will consider that one and reflect the count, as you can see here. Okay, but in third scenario, this is our query, select a star from table, and this is our actual table in which data is available. So in third scenario, suppose instead of a star, I have not written a star here and also not given any specific column name which is present in this table. I am giving some random values. Okay, random values, Kumar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything you can give, no problem. So in third scenario, if you are giving any random values which is not a part of this means column, okay, so it will treat as a star. always remember it will treat as a star. Okay, and if it will treat as a star, so what will be there? It will consider all the rows, available rows, and give the output. So here output will be 6 and 6. 6 and 6. Why? Because this is not a part of any column, our column, and this is not a star. So apart from this, whatever the random value you are giving, it will consider as a star, it will treat as a star, and it will consider all the present row of the table and give the output. Okay, this is the concept of the count. I hope you have understood count. Count star, count with the column name, and count with the random values. Okay. Now coming to the other aggregate function, that is a max. As name suggests, max means it is giving the maximum values. Okay, but before that I want to explain what is the aggregate function. That I should explain at the starting time, but no problem. What is the aggregate function? Aggregate function is such type of function which is performing on the all rows of the column and returning the single values. Okay, performing on the all the rows of the column of the table, on the rows, all the rows. Okay, and returning the single output. As you can see here in the count also, it is returning single values. Here also it is returning the single values, but it is performing on all the rows. It is checking how many rows is available here for the count. For the maximum, it will check what is the maximum value of this salary column. Okay, it will check with the each value of the of this column values. Okay, so basically it is performing on all the rows of this column and returning the single output. So syntax will be select max your column name from table name. Okay, so what is the maximum value here? Maximum value will be 3, right? So let's execute it. Its value is 3. Okay, so it is returning single values but performing on all the rows of the column. Okay, then it decided which is the maximum values. Same like this, same like with the minimum value will be -4, right? Now coming to the average. As we know, average concept of the mathematics 1 plus 2 plus, suppose I want to write calculate 1 2 3 4, average of this 1 2 3 4. So how we are performing? We are just performing 1 plus 2 plus and then we are doing division, right? How many values? 4. So like that we are calculating the average. So in this Oracle, this is already given the average function. Just you need to put salary. Okay, so it will perform the average operation. How it is performing, we'll see here. As I said, 1 2 3 4, if you want to calculate the average of this value, so how it will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by number of values 4, right? Same like this in salary column, how many rows is there? 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So it will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus -4, then null divided by this one, that much column. Okay, and same output will execute, same output will get. So what is the average of this? 0.5. You can calculate manually. Okay, you can calculate it manually. Now coming to the other function like sum. So if we are performing the sum operation, what will happen? 1 plus 2 plus 3, so 3 to 5 and 6. 6 minus means how it will be? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 minus 4, right? This is actual our summation, so its output will be 2, right? So this sum is nothing but it is summing up all the values and giving the output. So we'll execute it. What is coming? It is 2. So this is just a mathematical things. Okay, average, sum, minimum, max, this is just a mathematical things, and it is very simple. But in Oracle, it is inbuilt function already provided. Just you need to put your column name. So whatever the column values will be there, accordingly it will give the output. That's it. Okay, so I hope you have understood count, max, mean, average, and sum. So guys, thanks for watching my video. Please like and subscribe.